My mother-in-law showed up to my wedding in a wedding dress. I should have known better when she demanded to be my bridesmaid as soon as we announced our engagement. She had never liked me. However, nothing could have prepared me for seeing my mother-in-law dressed in an all-white gown, standing at the altar as I entered the church. But that wasn't all. What she did next made me do something I should have regret about, but she deserved it. As the wedding day continued, an unsettling tension filled the air, with guests whispering and casting curious glances in our direction. I could feel their eyes, their murmurs like ripples through the crowd. The chatter was unavoidable, like a symphony of gossip, synced to every moment we shared. Trying to ignore it, I focused on moving forward with grace, but the unease lingered, unseen and persistent, wrapping around the festivities like a shadow. My husband stood beside me, clearly caught off guard by his mother's brazen choice of attire. He tried to diffuse the rising tension with humor, cracking jokes about a mix-up at the bridal shop. "Guess the theme is unintentional twins," he laughed, darting a cautious look my way. Our friends chuckled nervously, torn between awkward mirth and empathy for our predicament. His effort to lighten the mood seemed shaky, but did chip away at the discomfort. I noticed my father-in-law, usually charismatic and engaging, avoiding eye contact altogether. An unusual behavior for him. He stood on the outskirts, as if he were a mere guest at his own son's wedding rather than family. His eyes scanned the room, never settling on a single face for too long. The intent behind his aloof manner puzzled me, almost as if distancing himself could somehow alter the reality unfolding before him. Throughout the ceremony, a palpable energy coursed beneath the surface, signaling a storm waiting to break. As vows were exchanged and smiles attempted to steady themselves, the sense of imminent upheaval hovered like a cloud. My bridesmaids exchanged wary looks, a silent dialogue of unease passing between them. It felt like everyone present was caught in a tale, spiraling out of control, each plot twist more unexpected than the last, yet pulsing with anticipation. The reception began with an awkward atmosphere, guests shuffling in and out of comfortable conversations, unsure how to approach the unexpected event. Laughter felt forced, like a soundtrack on loop. Although the banquet was lavish, there was a tangible sense of walking on eggshells. It felt as if everyone awaited permission to enjoy themselves genuinely, but the shadow of the earlier incident cast its pall, stifling the laughter before it grew. During the reception, I overheard a conversation between my mother-in-law and a family friend. Her words carried a hint of her strong desire to control the event. "I just wanted it perfect," she declared defensively, her voice edged with urgency. The friend nodded sympathetically, yet her eyes reflected a more complex understanding. It dawned on me how much my mother-in-law needed to orchestrate the day, her intentions baffling yet undeniably influential. Meanwhile, my friends rallied around me, creating a lively circle of banter and jest to lighten the mood. "Hey, at least you know you shine brighter," one quipped, nudging me playfully. Their efforts provided solace amidst the chaos, offering a refuge from the storm of speculation. Together, we shared laughter, memories, and a few silly dances. Their presence reminded me that amidst the day's unpredictability, our bond remained unwavering and joyous. My mother leaned in close, her voice a soft murmur against the clamor of the reception. "I had a feeling there might be trouble with her," she said cautiously, her gaze drifting toward my mother-in-law. Her words confirmed an unspoken tension I had sensed, though hoped to avoid. Her concern blended with understanding, offering insight and a shared history that sometimes transcended the immediate discord, turning a moment of solitude into companionship. Guests began to speculate, each version of the unfolding story becoming increasingly dramatic. Every passing sentence seemed laden with fresh embellishments that twisted fact into tantalizing fiction. By the time it reached the outer fringes of the room, the tale had morphed into a full-blown saga. I overheard bits and pieces, but chose to detach from the whirlwind of reimagined events, focusing instead on the people who mattered and moments that uplifted. Just when I thought the day couldn't become more chaotic, two photographers had a heated argument over who the bride was. "She's in white too!" one exclaimed, pointing his camera between me and my mother-in-law. Their dispute added to the confusion, leaving guests bewildered about the unfolding drama. I cracked a strained smile, trying to mask the bewilderment beneath it all, as laughter mixed with uncertainty in the air. Determined to move forward, I made my rounds, engaging with attendees and flashing a bright smile to conceal the unease brewing beneath the surface. I laughed at jokes, accepted compliments graciously, and thanked everyone for being there. The mask shielded my worries from seeping through as I spoke earnestly with guests, cautiously molding each interaction into one more lighthearted than the swirling tension of the day. The table conversations quickly became tense. My mother-in-law's commentary grew more pointed, drawing discreet gasps and wide-eyed looks. "Isn't it funny how things turn out?" she mused, delighting in every subtle jab. My cheeks flushed as I attempted to steer the conversation elsewhere, but her innuendos lingered, wrapping the table in an awkward silence. Her words hung ominously over us, provocative and unsettling, like shadows under candlelight. Seeing the tension spark across the table, my husband tried to mediate, steering conversation towards safer waters. "Let's focus on what's important," he urged, casting reassuring glances across faces edged with discomfort. His eyes pleaded for calm, a bridge between both sides of an unexpected divide. Despite his best efforts, the atmosphere remained prickly, guarded against further unraveling as uneasy smiles masked underlying turmoil, creeping ever closer. The room fell silent when my mother-in-law rose for a toast. Her words, veiled in jest, implied that she should have been the bride. Glasses clinked hesitantly amidst awkward laughter, her toast igniting murmurs across the table. My grip on my champagne flute tightened as my smile became brittle. Her audacity left me breathless, marking yet another turn in a day already laden with twists and unexpected events. I exchanged quick glances with my maid of honor, silently seeking her support amid my mother-in-law's brazen toast. Her eyes met mine, offering a small, reassuring nod. In that moment, words were unnecessary. The understanding between us formed an intangible tether, anchoring me to sanity. Her presence affirmed we weren't facing this alone, our shared resolve unspoken but profound amidst rapidly unfurling tensions cloaking every corner of the room. Determined to navigate the chaos, I made a mental note to address the situation after the day's events. For now, I focused on moving forward, holding steadfast to the moments meant to sparkle with joy. Each laugh and chat held new warmth despite the preceding turmoil. The journey forward was challenging, but I refused to let the drama steal the day's essence, a treasured memory I'd protect resolutely. After dinner, I caught sight of a small group forming around my husband and his mother. Curious whispers reached my ears as guests gravitated toward the scene, eager for a fresh chapter in the unfolding saga. My heart sank slightly, realizing another wave of drama loomed near. Their growing audience made my pulse quicken with unfamiliar unease, sensing a new storm gathering over what had already transpired. Lingering subtly on the edges of the gathering, I caught snippets of my mother-in-law's tale. She spun a narrative about how I had pleaded with her to wear the white dress as part of a shared joke between us. My heart clenched as disbelief washed over me. The room's collective attention locked onto her story, a tapestry of untruths woven into existence within the delicate dance of conversation. I confronted my mother-in-law directly, refusing to let her story stand unchallenged. "That's not how it happened," I stated firmly, locking eyes with her. She waved a dismissive hand, insisting it was all just playful banter. Her smile seemed fixed, but her eyes narrowed slightly, daring further interrogation. I pressed on, determined to unravel her facade, as she maintained it was all in good fun, a twisted narrative she clung to persistently. The air thickened with tension as guests watched our exchange, uncertain who to believe. Conversations quieted, and their focus turned entirely towards us. An uneasy silence settled over the room, punctuated only by the clinking of glasses and low murmurs. As we continued to argue, audience eyes flitted between us, seeking clues, hints, and truths hidden beneath our words. A layer of spectacle woven into the day, charged with unpredictability. Sensing the unease escalating, my husband stepped in, his voice calm but firm. "Please, let's keep today about our celebration," he pleaded, his gaze shifting between us. His words were measured, intended to soothe rather than inflame. His mother looked at him with her bravado dimming slightly, a flicker of recognition passing through. His plea sought to bridge the divide, aiming for harmony amidst the friction surrounding us. His words seemed futile, as her defiant stance only amplified the drama. She crossed her arms, a silent declaration of resistance, fueling the spectacle further. The room buzzed with reactions, an electric current of whispers amidst the fractured harmony. Her resolve stiffened rather than softened, a challenge embodied rather than soothed. My husband's face, etched with frustration, mirrored my own silent wish for peace, disrupted by her unwavering persistence. Feeling the pressure mount, I retreated to a quieter corner of the venue, yearning for a moment of peace. My heart raced, a symphony of emotions swirling within. The music played softer here, a reprieve from the chaos. I watched from afar as fragments of the evening cascaded around me. My body relaxed slightly, distanced from the entanglement, seeking solace and clarity amidst the surrounding maelstrom of uncertainty. My best friend joined me, her presence a warm balm against the chill of the evening's drama. "Hey," she began softly, "let's remember, it's still your night, your joy." Her words wrapped around me gently, coaxing a smile to return. Together, we mused on what truly mattered, the moments of happiness we cradled close. Her support strengthened my resolve, a reminder that love and laughter still threaded through the day. We began discussing strategies to tackle the spreading gossip, determined to regain control of the narrative. "Maybe we spin it back," she suggested, leaning in conspiratorially. Her eyes sparkled with mischief, igniting a spark within me. As we weighed options, laughter bubbled, providing a welcome distraction. Despite the challenges, our conversation focused on positivity, brainstorming ways to redirect the dialogue and manage any rumors floating among the guests. As our conversation deepened, she proposed the daring idea of confronting my mother-in-law publicly. "Might be worth setting the record straight," she reasoned. Her suggestion hung daringly in the air, a bold alternative to passive endurance. The idea carried merit, its potential to reclaim the evening compelling. My mind raced, considering both promises and perils. A reclamation, if you will, clearing perceptions stained by inadvertent mischief woven into the day. I toyed with the idea of addressing my mother-in-law publicly, weighing the risks involved. The thought teased at my awareness, bold yet fraught with possible consequences. Reckoning with the potential backlash required courage and confidence. The notion of transparency appealed, restoring balance to the evening. My heart wavered between caution and assertiveness, pondering whether a decisive act might mend the unfolding fissures or exacerbate unattended fault lines simmering beneath the facade. Just as I debated my next move, my husband approached, wearing an apologetic expression. "I'm sorry," he sighed, genuine regret lacing his words. His eyes mirrored my own inner turmoil, echoing the chaos that threatened our day. The sincerity in his tone reassured me. He leaned closer, seeking resolution, eager to bridge the divide. His apology seemed as much for me as it was for the surrounding tension. As the night wore on, we danced to the rhythmic ebb and flow of the music, but the unease underneath it all was inescapable. Each step felt like a maneuver through hidden minds, every twirl a desperate grasp for normalcy. My smile felt stiff, a mask hiding the turmoil inside, while others moved in blissful ignorance. I longed for relief, a moment where joy eclipsed the lingering tension of the day. My mother-in-law's antics hadn't gone unnoticed. Murmurs and raised eyebrows followed her movements, whispers floating like smoke. Guests exchanged glances, stories morphing and growing with each retelling. Each conversation nodded toward the spectacle, overshadowing moments meant for celebration. Joy felt brittle, obscured by circulated whispers, gossip clouding the laughter and warmth intended for our special evening. The air around us thrummed with speculation, weaving unease into the festivity. A dance with my father brought me solace, his presence a grounding force amidst chaos. Remember what's important. His words wrapped around me softly, a reminder that true love transcends any drama. The music flowed like gentle waves, soothing my frayed nerves. As we waltzed across the floor, serenity replaced tension, and for a fleeting moment, the world seemed to right itself, rekindling the warmth the day intended to hold. Just as I began to find comfort and the air felt lighter, my husband's phone emitted an insistent buzz against the quiet of the evening. Laughter around us ebbed as his attention shifted, brow furrowing with each vibration it produced. My heart tightened, the reprieve slipping away. The look he gave me spoke volumes. Something demanded his immediate attention, a ripple in the fragile peace we'd briefly reclaimed, worrying what lay ahead. The worry etched on his face deepened, casting a shadow over what was meant to be our celebration. He leaned in, his voice low, sharing he had to step out to handle an urgent matter. Anxiety coiled around us, yet his eyes carried sincere regret. Reluctantly, I nodded, encouraging him to do what needed to be done. His retreat intensified my unease, an unexpected disturbance rippling through the structured facade we had built. He stepped outside, leaving a lingering trail of tension. I watched him go, apprehension twisting in my stomach. The night seemed to pause, questions hovering unanswered, nerves frayed under the weight of uncertainty. Determined not to let this moment define the evening, I forced a smile, attempting to dispel worries by mingling once again. My attempts at casual conversation felt strained, though, tethered to the thought of what lurked beyond closed doors. I roamed amongst our guests, entering into light banter and greetings, an effort to shake the feeling something was amiss. My responses were automatic, but my mind drifted to where my husband had gone. Conversations provided little distraction, empty exchanges unable to drown out the unease. I pasted on a smile, hiding behind it, the masquerade a thin barrier against the tide of worry that threatened to overtake the night. My mother-in-law, seemingly unfazed by anything that had transpired, delighted in small talk with my parents. Her laughter rang out, sharp and distinct against the muted ambiance. She carried no hint of stress, all her antics aside. My parents engaged politely, maintaining their calm composure. Her ease contrasted starkly with the undercurrents of concern stirring beneath, a spectacle hers to engage while I stood at a distance, piecing together the evening. As time ticked on, the suspense grew palpable, my mind racing through worst-case scenarios. Picturing potential outcomes like scenes from a mystery novel, I exchanged stiff pleasantries, heart wavering. Anxiety bubbled up, weaving through the moments we crafted meticulously. The suspense clawed at the edges of my calm, threatening to unravel it as I wondered what might have pulled my husband away so suddenly. Nothing felt settled, shadows looming over every step. Suddenly, a close friend, a tower of support in the night, pulled me aside discreetly. "Something's up," she murmured, flicking her gaze toward where my husband had disappeared. Her eyes mirrored my own worry, prompting silent gratitude for shared wisdom and perspective. Nodding, we pooled our courage, deciding to unravel this new development together. As unease twisted between us, determination sparked, a reminder that we weren't alone in this. Together, my friend and I resolved not to let uncertainty linger any longer. We moved with purpose through the corridors, our footsteps echoing a shared resolve. Our curiosity mixed with determination as whispers of concern trailed behind. Every step brought us closer to understanding the puzzle's missing pieces, the reality behind the mystery. We felt an urgency, knowing answers awaited just beyond the doors that kept the truth momentarily hidden. Outside, we found my husband, deep in the throes of a charged phone conversation. His fingers pressed against his temple, and his gestures were sharp, hinting at the agitation overtaking him. Silent signals of stress played across his features, urgency shaping every word that escaped his lips. Our eyes sought his attention, yet the fervor of the discussion held him captive, embroiled in a storm we couldn't yet comprehend. I approached cautiously, listening as snippets of the pressing conversation reached my ears. Words like family matters and urgent hung in the night air, vibrating with importance. The urgency woven into his every word filled me with a mixture of dread and curiosity. Conversations swirled around us, but in that moment, the world seemed quiet as we deciphered the tense fragments falling from his lips with increasing concern. As the call concluded, he turned toward me, eyes heavy with the weight of newfound revelations. He sighed deeply, explaining how his mother had stirred more trouble behind the scenes. Her antics extended beyond her attire, escalating to actions with deeper implications. His words delivered an unexpected blow, highlighting issues lurking beneath the surface. A solemn understanding passed between us, acknowledging the severity requiring our attention and swift resolution. He revealed a family secret, newly uncovered, casting a shadow over our joyous occasion. Its emergence posed a threat to overshadow what was meant to be our day. The implications were vast, connecting threads between past and present. The revelation painted our understanding with fresh colors of perspective and foresight. We felt the urgency to address the looming matter quickly, lest the secret unravel further and entangle the evening even more intricately. Realizing the extent of the situation, we understood that my mother-in-law's actions weren't just about the dress. They were tied intricately to deeper family dynamics, a web of past unresolved tensions coming to light. Her behavior resonated far beyond initial assumptions. We knew we needed to delve into these buried issues, unlocking their hold on the day. Both awareness and urgency fueled our determination, preparing us for the next necessary steps. Driven by resolution, we re-entered the reception with renewed determination to confront the deeper issues at hand. Our mission was clear: to address the root cause and find a path forward. As we stepped back inside, the buzz of the room embraced us, wrapping around our resolve. Conversations continued, unaware of the challenges brewing beneath, but we remained focused, propelled by an unwavering commitment to untangle the unfolding complexities with intent. Back at the reception, I discreetly gathered my parents and closest friends, briefing them on the situation. Their eyes widened, taken by the gravity of our discovery, yet their support remained steadfast. Together, we plotted our course of action. Their presence bolstered my courage, crafting a network of strength and understanding. United by shared purpose, a sense of camaraderie enveloped us, fueling our drive to confront the issue head-on with clarity and resolve. Unified in determination, we devised a plan to confront my mother-in-law, intent on salvaging the evening. Her actions called for direct address to clear lingering clouds. We steeled ourselves for the task, aligning our intentions and strategies. Acknowledging the challenge ahead, we prepared for open dialogue, focusing on truth and revelation. The plan offered a beacon, guiding us through the intricacies of emotions and motives at play, aiming for resolution and understanding. My husband approached the microphone, the weight of our shared resolution bolstering his presence. Our inner circle stood by, lending visible strength and support. As he addressed the room, curiosity piqued, guests turned their attention to him, setting the stage for pivotal revelations. His words resonated, layered with sincerity and purpose, drawing everyone into our shared endeavor. The room quieted in anticipation, a collective focus anchoring the moment as suspense lingered among us all. As my husband stood before our guests, the room descended into silence. His voice, steady, yet carrying an undertone of urgency, filled the space. Conversation ceased, and eyes fixed on him, curiosity evident. We knew this moment was pivotal, a turning point in the day's unraveling tale. Whispers of anticipation floated within the quiet, each guest poised to hear truths and stories laid bare. The air thrummed with suspense, a collective anticipation pulsating throughout the room. My husband addressed his mother directly, acknowledging the disruption her actions had caused. "Today was meant for celebration," he began, a note of resolve underscoring his words. He candidly shared our shared experiences, highlighting how her choices impacted us both. His words carried both compassion and firmness, attempting to bridge the gap through transparency. The honest clarity in his speech left no room for ambiguity, underscoring the day's events. Her influence was undeniable, and her actions needed acknowledgement. Following his address, my mother-in-law's expression remained inscrutable, guarding her thoughts behind an unreadable facade. Her silence stretched thin, casting a suspenseful anticipation that rippled through the gathered crowd. Anxious glances exchanged among our guests mirrored the tension enveloping the room. Her unreadable gaze hinted at unspoken narratives, leaving everyone questioning the potential fallout. A weight hung in the air, thick with possibility, as we all awaited her reaction, a moment as unpredictable as everything that preceded it. To everyone's surprise, she chose to stand her ground, yet her perspective shifted. "I only acted to protect my family," she defended, the conviction in her voice unwavering. Her stance carried an undercurrent of sincerity, however misguided it seemed. Her motives unearthed a protective layer, opening a new dimension to her actions. The atmosphere shifted as guests began to consider her, a figure straddling lines of intent and impact. Her defiant strength echoed, a flashpoint for mixed realizations. The confrontation acted as a crossroads, leading toward deeper familial understanding amidst bitterness lingering in the air. Her words, though firm, laid bare vulnerabilities and intentions, prompting reflection from everyone present. While hurt flickered beneath the surface, the exposure of truths fostered a path to reconciliation. Expressions softened, tension mellowed by comprehension. Though wounds were fresh, familiarity and family ties fostered discussion, cracking open tentative yet hopeful connections between us as we sought to mend and grow. Amidst the emotional exchange, a trusted family friend stepped forward. Her presence brought a new voice to the fore, one neither side anticipated. Her perspective, candid and neutral, offered insights neither of us considered before. "Sometimes conflicts mask deeper fears," she mused aloud, her words hanging like a soft whisper over the crowd. Her balanced viewpoints painted the situation in fresh light, suggesting pathways towards healing, harmony, and collective wisdom that had eluded us till now. Her words resonated deeply, rippling through the attendees and shifting the room's charged energy toward reconciliation. The air grew lighter as the guests listened, considering her perspective as a lens through which to view shared struggles. Walls of mistrust began to crumble as empathy underlined her message, promoting understanding. As her words settled, the room warmed slightly, filled with the possibility of newfound connection. Hope glimmered amidst fragile truths, opening doorways to healing and harmony. The event, so fraught with unpredictability, concluded on a note of hope. Continued dialogue and the friends' insights fostered an atmosphere ripe for reconciliation. Our marriage emerged as a testament to resilience, the challenges we faced deepening our resolve to fortify bonds over fractious divisions. Guests departed with newfound respect for the day's testament, witnessing a symphony of transformation from discord to understanding, a marriage uniting strength and steadfast love amidst familial complexity. As evening faded, we reflected together on the day's tumultuous journey, discovering strength and unity amid adversity. The challenges we faced tested our commitment, and yet they reinforced it further. We found gratitude in these obstacles, acknowledging their role in fortifying our resolve. The day molded us into an unbreakable partnership, our shared resilience a beacon for future endeavors together. The trials endured became bedrocks, affirmations of our love profoundly unwavering amidst turbulent twists. With the night's commotion behind us, we began piecing together the root of the chaos. It dawned on us that my mother-in-law's actions were fueled by old jealousies and rivalries, unresolved feelings from her past. As we traded stories and perspectives, we saw how her perceptions and motivations had intertwined with our day. Guided by understanding and patience, we embraced the opportunity to heal these rifts, bridging gaps with empathy and creating a path forward. It turned out my mother-in-law was driven by jealousy and a misplaced sense of rivalry, stemming from unresolved issues from her past. These emotions had simmered quietly, influencing her actions that day. As we unpacked these revelations, the pieces began to fit together, forming a picture clearer than before. Understanding her hidden motivations helped us see beyond the chaos, granting insight into the webs of sentiment that wove through our lives. With my husband's guidance, she eventually acknowledged her actions and began seeking guidance for personal growth. Conversations became her avenue to explore old wounds and misunderstood intentions, allowing the layers of resentment to unfurl under the light of newfound clarity. Her path toward resolution was delicate, yet necessary, promising to transform historically entrenched behaviors into opportunities for change. It was a step toward collective healing, offering hope for relationships once shrouded in shadow. We offered her a chance at redemption through open communication and understanding. Sitting together, we expressed our willingness to mend bridges, inviting her to become part of our journey toward reconciliation. The willingness to support her introspective process fostered an environment conducive to dialogue where previously unspoken words found a platform to heal. Offering forgiveness became our truest gift, nurturing her potential for growth and nurturing familial bonds previously inhibited by silence. The experience taught us the value of empathy and reinforced the importance of family unity. We began to appreciate the significance of understanding each other's perspectives, enabling an emotional depth previously unrealized. It served as a reminder that even within conflict, connections could be strengthened through patience and communication. By nurturing these insights, we fostered a foundation where compassion and acceptance outshone discord, demonstrating that harmony could indeed transcend divisions rooted in vulnerability. My mother-in-law's behavior was fueled by unresolved jealousy and rivalry from her past, impacting our wedding day with unexpected drama. By examining her past, we unearthed long-hidden emotions and intricate dynamics that influenced contemporary actions. The knowledge encouraged a deeper level of understanding, illuminating the reasons behind the day's events and reminding us to approach future conflicts with a lens of empathy and awareness. It was an awakening, one that brought possibilities of healing. As we looked forward, we resolved to maintain open lines of communication within our family. We recognized that ongoing dialogue could prevent misunderstandings from festering into larger issues. By committing to honesty and transparency, we hope to nurture trust and resilience, ensuring our bonds remained strong. The experience sculpted our path forward, instilling the importance of unity and mutual respect. It was our commitment to fortify familial ties against future challenges, embracing change and growth. The family dynamics gradually improved, paving the way for deeper relationships. As we nurtured the lines of communication, casual meetings transformed into moments of shared laughter and understanding. We slowly shed habitual tensions, inviting warmth and compassion to take their place. This shift fostered connections that reinforced familial ties, replacing old rivalries with newfound camaraderie. Each interaction carried the potential for renewed kinship, shaping a future abundant in strength, closeness, and valued companionship. Despite the rocky start, our marriage emerged stronger, underscoring the importance of resilience. Faced with adversity, we realized the power of unity when tackling obstacles. The trials tested our patience, yet reinforced our bond, infusing it with renewed purpose and commitment. As we celebrated small victories of understanding, the foundations of our partnership solidified, morphing challenges into opportunities for growth. Our journey proved that together we possessed the strength to forge ahead, resilient and unwavering. We focused on building a family foundation based on understanding and acceptance. Our experience underscored the significance of cultivating empathy within marital and familial relationships. By embracing differences and viewing challenges as opportunities for collaboration, we laid the groundwork for a harmonious future. This mutual respect transformed relationships previously characterized by tension, nurturing a profound sense of belonging. Our commitment to understanding and acceptance became a keystone, holding our family's fabric together in its enduring embrace. Together, we turned a potential disaster into a moment of growth and unity. Embracing challenges with openness allowed us to foster stronger bonds, reinforcing our relationship's resilience. Instead of avoiding conflicts, we viewed them as opportunities to deepen understanding. This pivotal experience illustrated the transformative power of patience and empathy, converting what could have been divisive into connections teeming with promise. Our commitment to unity emerged victorious, shaping a shared narrative of love and harmony.